It is Monday, February the 8th of 2021, and we are in Longview Cemetery. And I know what you're thinking. There's a basketball court in the cemetery. You're right. The city of Austin built a basketball court, a gazebo, picnic tables, barbecue pits in an historic cemetery. Their thinking was, well, there's only graves over that way, and there's only graves over this way, so the rest of it must be a park. And we've been arguing that it's dedicated cemetery property. It's not a parkland. And today we come through, and now we've got well-established trails through here. Now again, this is on the edge of a park, and there's walking trails coming back off this way. So now what we're saying is there are shortcuts being cut through this dedicated cemetery property, and most likely being used as a running trail or things like that. So I'm going to walk you down this way. This is a relatively new trail, and show you what I discovered. Now, the Parks Department will tell you that, oh, no, they come out here every quarter and they manage and they clean this site to keep with the standards of the health and safety code. But there's all kinds of trash over here, and this has been here for a while. This dates back to the late 1800s. The old fence line is slowly disappearing. You can see part of it here and back off this way. Some of the original posts. Every time I come out, there's a few more things missing. Piles of wire bundled up. Originally, it came back over this way. You see the orange flag on the fence. And then there's a line of posts and wire still visible here, and a gate post. But the city's intention, whether intentional or not, is to reduce this space into two little areas and then develop the rest of it, or allow it to be developed into something that it never was, which is a playground and a park. Masks are still all over the place. We're still dealing with COVID. But what's interesting here is you see this house here. They've installed a gate in the back of their property, and here's a well-worn path leading through the cemetery grounds. So it becomes very clear that somebody is using this as their own personal running track and fitness center. Kind of a bold statement to make, but look what we have here. We have got somebody who's put a couple of straps in the tree. They've invested in a piece of 3/4 inch pipe here for a pull-up bar, and these straps have adjustments on it, so you can move that pipe anywhere you want. And now we have a fitness trail. And so this comes around this way. And again, it's not a fitness trail, it's not a park. It's dedicated cemetery property. And again, the Parks Department tells you, oh yeah, we have this place all cleaned up and we are in compliance with the laws, but that's just not so. Over in this corner is the foundation for the old church schoolyard that was here. That was destroyed in the May 5th of 1922 tornado, which created the other fenced-in burial property over here. And again, these trails are now all intersecting through this property. We wouldn't allow this at Oakwood Cemetery or any of our other public cemeteries. But once 100 years or so have passed, and once the erosion of the property lines, the designated burial areas are removed, and the city does this today at Oakwood. It removes headstones because they're in the way. This is the family lot that was put in when the majority of the burials in here are from the 1922 tornado. The Ada and mother one, father one here is pre-existing. But you can see the The historic fabric here is just being destroyed, and the city does little or nothing about it. It's just a matter of time before somebody comes in here. Great. Let's bring your dogs in the cemetery. It's just a matter of time before somebody comes in here and says, wait a minute, I need ADA access for my wheelchair from the trail into here. Then we'll have yet another incursion into the area. And again, there's another trail going back off this way. So we have a 5-acre tract of land that, according to the deeds, is cemetery property, and the city of Austin is mismanaging it and letting it be turned into a playground, basketball court, sports court, and they're going to minimize the 5-acre tract of land down to a few small areas by putting signs like this up, by calling it the cemetery at Longview Park. Because this isn't Longview Park, ladies and gentlemen, this is Longview Cemetery.